Okay guys, now we've got section 3. If you are lucky, then in section 3 you will get sentence completion. And if you are not lucky, then section 3 is full of multiple choice questions. Section 3 is for multiple choice questions and matching. And section 3 is heart of IELTS listening. Heart means, maybe it's the confusing part for some students as well, as it is full of multiple choice questions. Part 1 is easy peasy, like opening a bank account and all that. Part 2 is still normal, not very difficult, okay? But part 3 is a bit confusing because of multiple choice questions. But don't worry, I'm going to share certain things and it's going to be easier for you. Okay, now let's see. We've got this section 3 and questions 21 to 30. As I said, in each section there are 10 questions. Complete the sentences below. Write no more than 3. Now, no more means maximum 3 words. Right? It doesn't mean every time you have to write 3 words. It means maximum 3, minimum 1 word. And then they've mentioned and or a number. And or a number means maximum 3 words plus number, only 3 words. There can be any combination like that, okay? So it doesn't mean every time you have to write 3 words. No more means maximum, yeah. Now, marketing assignment, and by the way, part 3 is always educational. Part 1 is social, part 2 is social, part 3 is educational. Part 4 is lecture, because you guys are going to study abroad, so you will attend lessons in English, not in local language, okay? Yeah. So they actually check your ability, whether you can understand the lectures or not. Marketing assignment, question number 21. Now just think about a group of students and there is marketing assignment. And one more thing, in part 3, there are usually minimum 3 speakers. In part 1, 2 speakers. Part 2, 1 or 2 speakers. There are sometimes commentaries, 1 speaker. And part 3, there will be 3 or even 4 speakers. And part 4, only 1 speaker. So you should know these things as well, okay? They are equally important. Now, we've got this question. For their assignment, they will talk about some students. Their assignment means students' assignment. The students must investigate, underline students investigate one part of dash. Now underline one part of. For part, they can use another word. One aspect of, one area of, one side of. Okay, so whatever they say after that, that'll be your answer. Now please listen and answer.
Section 3. You will hear 2 students, Jack and Lucy, discussing a marketing assignment they are working on together.
Lucy, we really need to get working on this marketing assignment. We've only got 5 weeks left to the end of term to design it, carry it out, and then write up the results.
Sure. Well, let's get started right now. Let's go over the instructions. What exactly do we have to do?
Well, it says here we have to look at one area of the entertainment industry. There's a list of the different...
Okay, wait. Sabr karein. Jab audio chal rahi tab nahi bolna. In actual exam, if you said anything like this, 2 saal ke liye pakka ban. Okay, so be careful. Yeah, one side or one area of entertainment industry. And you can see the blank is small. So you can write it anywhere. No problem. Later on, you can just shift your answer. Entertainment industry. Correct answer is entertainment industry. All good? And see what is written before the blank, synonym of that will be used. And this technique will help you in part 4 as well. Okay. Question number 22. Method students must use to collect data is. Now what is it? Data collection method. What is it? Data collection method. Just focus. See that they have used 3 articles. The method the students use to collect 2 articles. So I told you not to read articles. Okay. Now let's see what is their method.
And do we have to use any particular method to get our data? Can we mail out a questionnaire or do face-to-face interviews or maybe even observations?
Well, actually, it looks like we don't have a choice. We have to do telephone interviews.
Okay, so at least we don't have to waste time deciding between the different methods.
Yeah, that's right.
We don't have choice. We have to do telephone interviews. So method for collecting data is telephone interviews. No. Why not?
And do we have to use any particular method to get our data? Can we mail out a questionnaire or do face-to-face interviews or maybe even observations?
Well, actually, it looks like we don't have a choice. We have to do telephone interviews.
Okay.
We don't have choice. We have to do telephone. And you might notice with every answer, they always do this thing. I don't want to use any wrong word, okay? So they always do this thing. They will give you mixed answers and then you've got to decide. Agar सीधा answer then you can do it like this. Right? In multiple choice questions, if they speak about option A, B, C in order, you can easily find the answer. They start from option A, then they go to option C, then they come to option D. So this is quite confusing. Okay, question number 23. In total, students must interview dash people. What will be the answer? Number. In total, students must interview 50 people, 30 people, 20 people, but they will not give you answer straight away. Right? First, I thought we would have to interview 100 people. That's so many. And then I read the instruction and they said 50. And then the other will say, you'll be glad to know that now you just have to interview 15 people. Oh, really? What is the answer? 15. Banda jutti la lete, boot pale. Anyways, okay? Yeah. Yeah, that's the thing, okay? Yeah.
Oh, and the other requirement is the number of interviewees.
Not too many, I hope. 10? 20?
Well, we have to do 2 groups, remember, and it looks like we have to interview 15 for each group.
That's 30 altogether then. It's going to take ages.
Yes, but remember, we're working on this together, so we'll only have to do 15 each.
Okay.
30, 15 each. There are 2 groups and correct answer is 30. Exactly. And again, like, there's a lot of extra information, or we call it confusing information. Right? Those who are like Pole Badshah, they'll write anything. Yeah. And most of the Pole Badshahs, when they go for their actual IELTS, there is a necktie, coat, suited, booted. Because from IELTS exam center, they go to airport, direct flat. Yeah, they think like that, okay? And they bring their passport as well, right? They have, you can have ID card or you can have passport, right? They have passport. They show to the invigilator and say, "Thappa thi la diyo." Yeah, then I can go. Okay. Jack thinks. Now, what is it that Jack thinks? Music preferences of dash. Music preferences of what? Okay. Listeners are similar. Now, music preferences of dash listeners are similar. Now, focus the word similar. Focus the word musical preference. Now, listen. If he says the musical preference of men and women, they are entirely different. On the other hand, the music preference of young people and old people, they are 100% opposite. But you will find it surprising. The music preference of women, that is same. Answer is women. Okay, so you got to listen carefully. Where preference is similar or same, that will be your answer. Where preference is different, that is not your answer.
So those are all the requirements?
Yes, looks like it.
So, first, which area are we going to choose? My preference would be cinema, since that's where I spend most of my money.
I don't think that's such a good idea. I don't think there are huge differences in the market there. I mean, you get young and old, male and female, rich and poor, all going to the same movies.
Yeah, maybe you're right. Let's make it music then.
Right. So, what 2 groups will we compare and contrast?
Male and female?
No. Most of my female friends like the same music as me. Different age groups will be much more likely to show up differences, I think.
Yeah, it's not only female. Yeah, it's no more than 3 words. So correct answer is male and female. Not just male or not just female. So preference of male and female. Listen to it again. First they talked about cinema. But our question is about music preference. That was all irrelevant part because we were concerned about music. Listen.
So those are all the requirements?
Yes, looks like it.
So, first, which area are we going to choose? My preference would be cinema, since that's where I spend most of my money.
I don't think that's such a good idea. I don't think there are huge differences in the market there. I mean, you get young and old, male and female, rich and poor, all going to the same movies.
Okay, this is about cinema.
Yeah, maybe you're right. Let's make it music then.
Right. So, what two groups will we compare and contrast?
Male and female?
No. Most of my female friends like the same music as me.
See that? Most of my female friends like the same music as me. And she said male and female. So, yeah.
Different age groups will be much more likely to show up differences, I think.
Okay, different age groups have different things, but actually it is male and female.